So if I haven't already said it, welcome, welcome, Happy New Year. Here's to another wonderful year of yoga practice. I am going to ease you in tonight. So if you want to ease yourself down into semi-supine, if you need support behind your head, that's also fine. Popping that behind your head, make yourself as comfortable as possible. I'm just going to sort all my tech out here while you do that. So once you've found your position on your mat, just being aware of connecting to the earth. Excuse me. So this is the great thing about yoga practice, about being in the moment and connecting to something other than you. You are amazing, of course you are, but sometimes we become so bound up in our own selves that we forget that we are part of a much bigger picture. And, you know, being able to connect to the earth is just something that can remind you of that. So I'm turning my arms in my shoulder joints, so my shoulders are sliding down the back. My palms and my inner arms facing the ceiling. And I'm just going to take a few moments of just bringing my attention to the breath, breathing in deeply through the nose. And as I breathe out, breathing out through the mouth, sighing the breath out gradually. And as I do that, just starting to invite some weight into the back of my body. So each time I inhale, I'm just going to monitor the breath moving into my body. And as I exhale, releasing the breath in a gentle sigh and just inviting weight into the back of my body. So just continue to do this for a few moments, just noticing the weight at the back of the head, into the shoulders, maybe the back of the ribs, definitely into the feet, maybe even into the sacrum. Each time you exhale, being aware of deepening that connection, releasing yourself a little bit more. Just allowing the back of your body to melt into the floor. Then we're going to start to add in the arms. So exactly the same thing. Next time you exhale, invite the weight through the back of the body. But as you inhale, begin to move the arms, taking them up to the sky and then away behind you. As you exhale, bring the arms forward and back down to the sides of the hips, inviting weight through the back body, the spine, the shoulders, into the feet. Breathing in, releasing the arms up and overhead, lengthening out. And as you exhale, slide the arms forward and down towards the feet, inviting that weight through the body. Do that a couple more times, using your own breath time. So still connecting to the earth, but feeling this little bit of mobility now coming into the shoulders. And the next time you slide the arms forward and down towards the sides of the hips, stay with that for a few moments, back to that semi-supine. Start to take the heels a little bit closer towards the body. And then this time, you're going to work with bridge. So you're going to exhale, lengthen the spine to the floor. And then inhale, sliding the shins, the thighs, the knees forward, and starting to gently peel the spine off the floor. As you exhale, release out one vertebrae at a time, so you're lengthening that spine back towards the floor. Breathing in. Shins, thighs, knees move forward. Notice if you're getting any extra space up through the back of the body. And as you exhale, peeling down, extending out through the spine, inviting the weight back through the feet. One more time in that bridge movement. Really feeling you can open the front of the body, bringing the chest towards the chin. Breathing out, release. Extending out through the spine until you come back into semi-supine. Okay, we're going to add in a little bit to this. So the first thing we're going to do is extend the left leg out along the floor. So you're going to breathe in. You're going to lift the right arm and the left leg up to the ceiling. The arm can go behind you if you wish. The leg can come close to the body. And then as you exhale, you're going to slide that right arm to the ceiling and down at the same time as pointing through the left toes and lowering the left leg down. So you're going to breathe in, lift the right arm, the left leg. So you're taking this movement into the nervous system now. Exhale, sliding opposite arm to leg back down with control. Now the reason why when we're working opposites is that moves into the central nervous system, especially into sciatic nerve. We'll take one more time with this combination. And then from there, sliding that left foot back into semi-supine and extending the right leg out along the floor. So let's begin. Inhaling, taking that left arm and right leg up to the ceiling. Arm can go overhead, leg can come towards the body. Exhaling, controlling the movement of the arm and the leg as you point the toes and lower the leg to the floor, bring the arm to the floor. Let's keep moving like that, same side, right leg, left arm. And then sliding back forward towards the floor. Brilliant. Using that same combination of thinking about that mindful movement and being prompted with the movement by using the breath. Okay. We're going to take one more time on this side. And then releasing back to semi-supine, sliding the left arm back down to the sides of the hips. Now from here, we're going to heel toe the feet into that wide position so that the heels are on the mat and the balls of the feet are off the mat. So you could have your feet at about 10 to 2, sliding the arms out to shoulder height. And then from here, you're just going to invite weight through the big toe side of the right foot, the little toe side of the left foot, and just take this side to side movement. Starting with the feet, moving from the feet to the legs to the pelvis to the spine, and the spine to the head. So just easing out any areas of resistance or tightness, by gently sliding into this lovely release of the hips. We'll just take one more set to each side. And then we're going to ease the legs back to semi-supine again. Now here's where you have the option to go a little bit more challenging. So I'm back to semi-supine, my feet are back in line with my hips. Now, remember that opposite arm to leg movement we did? We're going to do that again. Changing sides, we'll start with the right side this time. But what we're going to do is, if you want to, incorporate a bit of lift, as in bridge. So we're going to begin by extending the right leg out along the floor. So you have two options in here. You're either going to lift left arm and right leg. So this would be one option. And we'll just all practice that together, taking the arm and the leg overhead, just like we did in the previous movement. And then as you exhale, sliding all the way forward and down. Or, if you want to be a bit more challenging, this time you're exhaling to lengthen. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift up as if you're moving into bridge on one leg. So the left leg is going to be a bridge leg. The right leg is going to stay extended. And then you exhale, sliding that left arm, reaching out through the spine, and eventually bringing your right leg down. So it's just a combination of bridge and a single leg lift. Well, a single arm lift as well, opposite arm to leg. Well done. Now, whichever position you're practicing, whether it's with or without the bridge option, the next time you take your arm and leg up to the sky, you're going to keep the arm extended, peel down with the spine, but bring the right knee out to the side, so that as you lengthen down through the spine, you've got your right ankle crossed in front of the left thigh. From here, you're going to slide that left arm out to the side, and you're going to pick up that right foot in your left hand. Keep your right hand outside of the right knee. And then from there, instead of bringing the leg towards you with using your hands, you're actually going to lift the left foot off the floor. So I'm supporting my right leg, but I'm actually using the left leg to make the stretch into the outer right thigh, outer hip. By all means, if you want to add in, take that right hand in between the legs and see if you can hold behind the left thigh or at the front of the left shin. Just check out you're not tipping that chin up to the sky. So maybe just holding it there for a moment. If it's too much to have the legs into the chest, by all means, keep that left foot on the floor, semi-supine. Excellent. Okay, we're going to change sides with this movement. So releasing that left foot down, semi-supine, undoing the arms, bringing both feet to the floor. And then from there, you're going to change sides. So you're going to extend out with your left leg this time. So we'll just do one practice. So we know you're going to use your left leg and your right arm. So just do it without the bridge, taking your left leg up to the ceiling and maybe closing it towards the body, bringing your right arm over alongside of the ear. And then releasing all the way forward, extending out with the leg. Good. Now you can stay doing that for another 3 repetitions, or you can bring in the bridge. So as you inhale, you're lifting up into a partial bridge at the same time as bringing your right arm alongside of your ear and your left leg towards your body. And then you're lowering right arm and left leg, but peeling out and down with the spine at the same time. Yeah, so 2 more of whichever of those movements that you're doing. Making sure that you don't splay that right knee out to the side. And on this last one, you're going to add in that eye of the needle position. So you're going to bring your left ankle, the front of the right thigh, and you're going to slide, peel down with the spine, keep the right arm alongside of the ear, and then use your right leg. Sorry, I got a hold of the left foot last time, didn't I? So take a hold of the left foot with the right hand, bring the left hand outside of the left knee, just to stabilize, and then use your right leg as extra leverage to bring the legs into the chest. Remembering you could stay with the right foot on the floor if that feels better. You can add in your arm, so you can slide your left arm in the gap between the legs to hook around the right thigh or even the front of the right shin. But lots of different options there, just holding that position for a few moments, just enjoying stretching to the outer hip. Good. Okay, so from here, we're going to be easing ourselves into a seated position. So what I'm going to get you to do is to either go back to semi-supine, or if you'd rather, bring both knees to the chest, have a little squeeze in, and then maybe just extend both heels to the ceiling so that you can, from this position, gently roll yourself up into sitting. And as I come into sitting, I'm actually just going to take one layer off. I'm getting a bit warm here. So, lots of different options for sitting. So I've just got Sukhasana. I've crossed I'm mirroring you right now. So if you can cross your right shin in front of your left shin. Remember, feet underneath knees, or maybe even having much more of a diamond shape to get those feet forward a little bit. Once you've got into that position, lengthening through the spine, all the way up to the crown of the head. Remember, you can sit on your support as well. That's absolutely fine. Then from there, you're just going to allow the chin to drop down towards the chest. So you're just feeling that you're just lengthening out the back of the neck. And as you lengthen out the back of the neck, let the shoulders relax. And just begin by just rolling that left ear over towards the left shoulder. And then bring the chin back to the chest and roll right ear to right shoulder. So let's keep drawing that smile with the nose in front of the body. So just easing all those clicks and creaks out with the neck. Now you can continue to take the smile, or if you'd rather, increase the intensity of the movement a little bit, turn the smile into a circle, leading with your nose, circling or drawing a circle in front of your body with your nose, or staying with the smile, especially if you've got any neck issues or it feels as though the neck's a bit creaky. If you're circling, maybe change direction. And just give yourself enough time that you're witnessing each movement in the neck. Quite therapeutic, I always think, the neck movements. You can feel all those crunches and crinkles, and eventually ending up with the chin on the chest. Now, what I'd like you to do, instead of lifting up from the chin, I want you to see if you can stack from the back of the neck. So just take your attention to the spine, to the vertebrae of the spine, and just begin to feel you can load one vertebrae on top of the previous one. At the same time as doing that, being aware of drawing the back of the neck towards an imaginary collar, so that you're stacking the vertebrae instead of leading with the chin, which tends to be what we do most of the time. Once you've stacked your vertebrae and your back in that nice long lengthened position, thinking about that and that magic thread on the crown of the head lengthening you up, a little bit of tone in the lower belly. What I'm going to get you to do from here is just clasp the hands, link the fingers and press the palms forward. So just stretching out those lovely wrists. Breathing in, keep the shoulders sliding down the back as you lengthen the arms alongside of the ears. So maybe taking the ears between the arms. Feeling that lovely extension, trying to keep the elbows straight if possible. And then from there, as you exhale, just taking a little stretch over to the right. Not too far. You want to make sure you're not leaning. Back to the center. And then exhale, release over to the left. Just noticing if both sides feel the same or different. Easing back to the center. From this position, what I'm going to do is going to take a little side stretch. I'm going to release my hands and I'm going to bring my left hand to the outside of my right knee. My right arm is still at the ceiling. And then I'm going to side stretch over to the left. But I've got a little bit of leverage going on because I've got that left hand holding the right knee. So what I could do is turn my heart center or my top chest up to the ceiling and just gaze into the inner right arm, which always feels very nice to me. See if I can go a little bit further, but try not to take the knee with you. Almost that outer right leg is a bit of a leverage so that you're not bringing it with you, you're resisting it. Then from there, we'll turn this into a twist. So we'll reach those right fingertips back up to the ceiling, slide the right arm behind the back, and then spin belly, ribs and chest to the right. And just enjoy that twisting. So remember, if you don't want to cross the legs, you can do this with the legs extended in Dandasana or into a V shape. You don't have to have crossed legs. Okay, we're inhaling, sliding back to the center from here. And I'm actually going to release my legs into a little bit of a V shape here. Just give them a little wiggle wobble. Now again, I can bring them back to Dandasana, legs extended, or I can cross left shin in front of right shin. Try not to pull the feet back. If anything, move them forward, because that's going to really get into the hip joints then. Once you've done that, we're going to clasp the hands again, but this time take the clasp one finger down. So it's going to feel a bit strange. Press the palms forward. Lengthen the arms up alongside of the ears, roll the shoulder blades back and down. Finding that release in the body. Excellent. Okay, let's take side stretch over to the right. Bring the back of the neck to the back of the imaginary collar, back to the center, and then side stretch over to the left. Okay, this time, my left hand is going to be my lever. So I'm going to bring my left hand to the, oh no, I'm not. I'm going to do the other side, aren't I? I'm going to bring my right hand to the outside of my left knee. And then I'm going to side stretch over to the right. And if I want to, and I haven't got any neck issues, I can turn and gaze into that inner left arm. Gorgeous. Really feel this in the back of the tissues of the shoulder blades. You can press that left knee into the right hand. See if you can take it a little bit deeper. Well done. From there, releasing off, taking that left hand behind and twisting all the way, belly, ribs, chest to the left. Smashing. Keep breathing. Please don't stop breathing. And then from there, easing back to the center. As you come back to the center, release the legs, slide them out into that little V shape and give yourself a little wiggle wobble. And then from here, just to get the pelvis moving, we're just going to pop in some of those circles. So I'm just going to loosely clasp my hands in front. I'm going to imagine I'm stirring the porridge, but of course what I really want to make sure that I'm doing is moving from the pelvis. So I'm getting that sense of movement through the pelvis, taking the movement forward, sliding back, circling around, and then changing direction. Circle, circle, circle. Well, hey, you got the job as porridge stirrers for sure. Okay, now as I come back to stillness, I'm just going to turn away this side. I'm going to bring my feet to the floor. So I can either have my feet facing forward like this, or I can turn them out a little bit. It's very much a personal choice. And I'm actually going to use my fingers first. I've just taken my arms behind me. I'm on my fingertips. And then all I'm going to do is a little bit like we did on the floor. I'm just going to slide from side to side using the outer and inner spirals of the feet. Now, the only downside about this is you do move. So you'll find that you travel. So after a little bit, you've got to kind of release all the way back to your starting position again. That's it. That's it. Okay, take one more time each side. I'm just going to release back to my starting position. And then bring yourself back to your starting position. See if you can sit upright without using the arms. We're going to be using them again. But just gently extend out your left leg. Now from here, I'm going to bring my right leg. I'm going to do a little bit of rock the baby on it. We've already done it already, so we don't have to do too much. But then I'm going to slide. So I'm going to bend my left knee, pop my right ankle in front of my left leg, you know, like we did Eye of the Needle, but we're doing it sitting. Now it becomes a whole different ball game when you're sitting. So I'm going to see how far, first of all, I can draw my left foot towards my bottom whilst keeping my spine extended, or as extended as much as I can. And then I might even try and use my hands to move my body towards my leg. I'm just going to turn around and show you the move from the front. So it's going to look a little bit like this. So it's Eye of the Needle, but in a much stronger way. So do as much or as little as you can. If you can do it without using the hands, that's great. Trying to keep that spine long and extended. Well done. Okay, from here, swap the legs over. So release back to feet to the floor and then change legs. So just see how it goes with having the heel on the floor and then maybe the whole of the opposite foot to the floor. Keep lengthening up with the spine. If you need to move the hands or use the hands, bring them in as well. Lots of different sensations in this position. Stay with it, couple of breaths. And then as you release off, bring the feet back out in front of you. And this time, let's see if we can do that side to side movement without the hands. Now, if you need to use the hands behind, you do. Otherwise, just clasp the hands in front and just see if you can move from side to side with the legs. Again, you do travel. So not only is it good for the hips, but also toning for the buttocks. I haven't yet worked out how to go backwards. I suppose you could push off and try and go backwards. It's not as easy as it looks. Okay, one more set to each side. And then from there, you can swivel through the legs and bring yourself onto all fours. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. To begin with, let's just move with some gentle upward facing cats to angry cats. So just releasing in to the spine, to the top chest. Making sure that the head and neck is relaxed and released, and the chest is sliding the upper body through. Okay, we're going to add in a leg now. So if you need to come onto your fists or take the weight out of your wrist somehow, that's all fine by me, because I'm going to add in a leg. So the next time I take my angry cat position, I'm going to prepare to lift my left leg off the floor, so that as I move forward into my upward facing cat, I can go with my left leg. Then I'm going to exhale, draw that leg knee to nose. Sliding the left foot along the floor is absolutely fine. Take it into that lovely opening position and then slide left knee to nose. Okay, one more time. And on this time, as you slide the left foot along the floor, bring the knee to the nose, and then when you get as far as you can, flick over the toes and stretch back, bringing the bottom towards the heel, towards the right heel, and nuzzling the rib cage into the thigh. And at this point, you can give the wrists a bit of a rest. So I've just turned my hands so that I'm resting on the back of the hands. My head and neck still relaxed, but this posture really good for these tight backs. Excuse me. Stretch on my back a little. I'm going to take this move into a side plank type move. So we've rested the wrists a little. So turn the hands back to the floor. Remember, you can always come onto the fists. Release forward, taking that left leg back to 90 degrees. Now, from here, you're going to take the left leg into extension and then slide the left foot to the floor so that you end up, and I'm just going to turn around so that I can mirror you. You end up in this kind of side plank position. So you've got your left foot turned in slightly, you're balancing on your right knee. And then from there, you can pick up that left arm and just have a little look at the arm. Turn the head. Now here, you might want to use the fist, or you could balance on your brick. I'm just going to demo that. So if you feel it's a lot on the wrists, come onto your brick. And then from there, we're going to do some lifts with the left leg. So from this position, you're going to lift that left leg off the floor, ideally in line with the hip. And then you're going to toe tap that foot down. Lift on the inhale, toe tap on the exhale. Let's do 3 more. Lift, toe tap, lift, toe tap. 1 more time. Lift, toe tap, and then from there, turn all the way back onto all fours. You're ready to start to do a couple more up facing cats to angry cats. Up facing cat to angry cat. Up facing cat. Okay, this time when you come into angry cat, prepare to lift the right leg off the floor. Right leg at 90 degrees, chest lengthens forward. Exhale, slide the right knee to the nose, sliding the right foot along the floor. Inhale, take that right leg out behind you. I think sometimes this is called tiger position. So if you feel as though you want to do a quick roar, please feel free to do that. Rah. Okay, next time you bring that right knee towards the nose, you're going to take that into Atlas. So you're going to flick over the right toes, slide the bottom towards the left heel, and nuzzle the rib cage into the thigh. Head and neck relax. You can take the hands off the floor, give them a little circle, a little release. Or just as you did the previous time, you could come onto the back of the hands, palms facing up. Hold that position, stretching out through the back of the body, the back of the neck. It's a lovely protraction of the shoulder blades. And then from there, turn the palms forward. Ease forward, pick up that right leg again. Now this time you're going to extend the right leg out. You're going to release the right foot to the floor and turn a half turn to the right. I'm going to see my back here, I apologise for that. So take that right arm up to the ceiling. I'm just going to try and do it so you weren't looking at my back. Like this. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can lift and lower, toe tapping with that right leg. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale to lift, exhale to tap. Inhale to lift, exhale to tap, and then from there, turning the hand back underneath you, back onto all fours. Woohoo! Couple of movements forward and back, just to release out. Next time you come to your regular cat position, you're going to move your knees wide. So you're going to bring the big toes together and sink the buttocks all the way back to the heels. So you're in this kind of swan position. From swan position, again, you could take the arms forward, you could rest the forehead on the floor, or you could rest the forehead on your fists. So all of these options, very valid. I'm just going to stay on my elbows here. Now, the reason I'm going to stay on my elbows is because I'm going to ease myself from this position into a bit of elbow dog, but we're going to do that through elbow cat. So what I'm going to get you to do is ease back onto your hands, bring the knees back into 90 degrees, take the bottom to the heels, and then, into cat, and then have the elbows where the hands were, so that you're rolling the elbows in towards each other, lifting the belly, and then inhaling to extend forward into this dolphin position. So you're inhaling to move forward, exhale to release back. Now I find that movement absolutely fine, but if you want to take it a little bit deeper, take that movement into a dog leg kind of movement. Trying to slide forward and back without rolling those elbows out from underneath the line of the shoulders. So you can really start to feel that momentum that dog pose itself has on your shoulders. Okay. Next time, I'm just going to drop my knees to the floor, going to release my toes, release my hands, and then from there, I'm going to take downward facing dog. So my arms are spreading out in front if that's possible. I'm working my tail up behind. I'm going to take my lovely downward dog position. I'm going to have a little walk out with my dog maybe. Remember, you can do extended child if you'd rather. And then from there, I'm just going to bring my left knee to the floor, step my right foot forward, and take that into a lovely crescent lunge. So really opening through that top chest, keeping that right knee in line with the ankle. Now I'm going to take my arms forward. So I'm going to do 3 circles. The arms are going to go forward and then away behind me. And then twice more. Exhale forward. Inhale. There's going to be just testing that range of movement in your shoulders. One more time. Lovely. And this time, hands either side of the front foot. Step it back into down dog. Check out how that's affected that right leg. And then from there, softening into the knees, moving forward, bringing the right knee to the floor and sliding the left foot through, helping it through as much as you need to come into that lunge with the arms alongside of the ears. Lovely. Okay, this time we're going to go forward. So we're going to take the arms forward and then behind. Oh, I just found this is worse actually. Forward and behind. Last one. Lovely. And then down either side of the front foot, stepping it back to downward dog. Little walk out, and then from here, let's walk the feet forward towards the hands. Coming into your flat back, Ardha Uttanasana position. I've got my knees fully bent. As I exhale, I'm going to hinge forward into forward fold. And then flatten the back, lengthen out again. Inhale. Let's do that twice more. Exhale, folding forward. Keep the rib cage on those thighs. Inhale, flatten the back. And then finally, folding forward. And then I'm actually going to release out of this position by swooping my arms behind and then moving up into chair pose, Utkatasana. I'm going to move out of shot here, so just be aware. And then from there, I'm going to slide all the way up to standing. Release my arms down by the side of my hips so that I can be in full shot, standing in Tadasana. So from Tadasana, just grab a little roll of my shoulders. And I'm going to step my legs 3.5 to 4 feet wide. So I'm just going to bring a couple of very simple standing postures in. So first one, warrior two. So we're going to turn in your left foot 30 degrees, or turn your left heel out, and then turn the right foot to 90 degrees. Remember, you're activating these muscles. You're going to bend into your right knee, working into the little toe side of that right foot. Going to allow the arms just to float out in line with the shoulders, and then just turning the palms to face down. From this position, we're going to take a little flowing movement. So I'm going to turn my gaze towards my right hand, turn my right palm to face up. And as I exhale, bring my left arm onto my left leg and slide my right arm alongside of my face. That same looking into the arm for reverse warrior. That's going to be my inhale. My exhale turns my head back to the center, changes my arms. So the right arm, comes in front. The left arm comes up above my head. So I'm gazing into the left now. So I'm kind of doing a Shiva dancer position. Okay, then I'm going to do it again. So I'm just moving that upper body. I'm gazing into my right arm, lengthening out, and then gazing into my left. Right hand in front of the pubis. Okay, I'm going to keep doing that. Next time, my left hand comes onto my left leg and I'm raising my right arm, I'm actually going to lengthen that right leg. I've got a big stretch all the way down that right side. Now, from there, I'm then going to send my left hip to the left. So my left hip's going to the left, my right arm is sliding down towards my right leg, and my left arm is lifting up. So I'm kind of in this modified triangle position, Trikonasana. Okay, then I'm going to go again. I'm going to bend into that right knee, warrior two. My reverse warrior is going to be my opportunity to lengthen my right leg. And then as I lengthen the right leg, that allows me to flow into Trikonasana. I'm not really, getting strong into it. I'm just feeling it, inquiring within it. Okay, I'm going to bend that knee again. This is the last set. Warrior two, reverse warrior. As I lengthen back, I'm going to lengthen that right leg. Then I'm going to send that left hip to the left and just slide into Trikonasana. Gazing up towards the left hand if that's possible. Well done. Breathing in, bending into that right knee. Turning the feet back to parallel. Let's sail us down to the middle and give the legs a little shake. Just keep an eye on my time. Okay, we're going to add in a balance before we do the other side. So I'm just going to cross my right foot over my left foot. I'm going to start with Krishna. So this time it's left hand down in front of the pubis, right hand, palm facing up towards the ceiling. And then I'm going to side stretch over to the left. We're lifting out of this right side. Good. Then I'm going to ease back to the center with my arms. I'm going to change my arms over. So the right arm's going to come across my body. The left elbow is going to go outside of the right elbow. Now I could give myself a hug here, or bring the backs of the hands towards each other, or eagle arms, right hand, right palm inside of left palm. Once you've got the arms in position, maybe you can soften the knees and come to balance on the left foot and the right big toe, maybe that's an option. Or even just on the left foot, wrapping the right foot behind the left calf. Eagle balance, or any variation thereof. Breathing deeply, connecting and grounding to the floor. Excellent. Okay, slowly easing out, stepping the feet wide once more. Well done, some good angels there. So let's turn in the right toes, turn the right heel out, turn the left foot to 90 degrees. Bend into the left knee, making sure that left knee is in line with the left ankle. Flow the arms up in line with the shoulders, palms facing down. So the first part of the movement is on a bent left knee. So turn the head towards the left hand, turn the left palm to face up, and as you exhale, take your reverse warrior. From there, it's a little bit like side angle. So you're going to bring that left arm out, place it in front of the pubis, and gaze into the inside of the right arm. You're going to do that twice more. So it's just moving from the pelvis. Okay, let's make this the last one of these movements. And then you're going to use your next reverse warrior to lengthen your left leg. So both legs are long. Then you can send your right hip out to the side and then reach and flow into that Trikonasana variation. Lovely. Okay, let's go back, bend into that front knee. Take your reverse warrior. Use that position to lengthen the left leg. Send the right hip to the side, flowing through the pelvis. That's why we did those lovely pelvic warm-ups. Okay, one more time. I'm not really holding that much. I'm just flowing through these moves. Maybe at the end I can hold for a little bit longer. And then I'm going to bend into that left knee. Turn my feet back to parallel. Sailor Sam to the center. And then step, left foot over right. Krishna position. Right hand in front of pubis, left palm to the ceiling. Inhale, and as we exhale, side stretch over to the right. Gorgeous. So Krishna moves in with that upper body flowing movement to any variation of eagle. So left arm under right for a hug, for a back of the hands together, or for the left hand inside of the right palm, left palm inside of right palm. Once you've got your arms sorted, then you can maybe think about rolling onto the toe of the left foot, or even balancing fully on the right leg, wrapping the left foot around the back of the right calf, or just lifting the left foot off the floor. A little bit of softness in the standing leg. Keep breathing, keep balancing. Well done. And then from there, slowly easing out, undoing the arms. And as we come back to Tadasana, let's just bring in some flyaway arms, flyaway wings. And then from there, clasping the hands behind the head, we're going to soften the knees. We're going to do a little roll down. So I'm just going to draw the elbows to the midline. I'm going to bend in my knees, and I'm going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. I can adjust the position of my hands so they're behind the back of my head. Really stretching out the sacrum, the lumbar spine. And then from there, just placing the hands to the floor to safely release back onto hands and knees. And then from there, we're literally just going to finish off with a little bit of a twist. So I'm just going to slide my legs round and into Dhanurasana. So from this position, either legs extended, or if it means that you're rolling back with the spine, if you push your knees down, keep the knees bent. We're going to slide the hands to the heart. As we exhale, we're going to turn and twist to the left, sliding the left heel towards the bottom, and then ease the left hand behind and wrap the right arm around the front of the left leg. From there, we're going to let that left knee slide to the floor or towards the floor. Bring the left foot into the right inner thigh and then peel up into that lovely vogue position, balancing on the left hand, the left knee and the right big toe. Okay, I'm not mirroring here, I'll admit that. And then from there, as we slide back, we're going to ease all the way back to the center, bring the hands back to prayer pose. And then we're just going to repeat that on the right. So turn and twist to the right. You can extend the arms out if that helps. Sliding the right heel towards the sit bone. Bring the right hand behind and wrap the left arm around the front of the right shin. Gorgeous. Stay twisting to the right. Release the right foot inside of the left inner thigh. Balance on your right hand, your right knee, and your left big toe. That lovely vogue position. And then as you exhale, release out. Sliding back to the center. Easing back, and then just gently easing forward over those bent knees. Just to allow the body to gently move into this Paschimottanasana variation, softening the head, neck and shoulders. I'm just holding on to my feet here. And then from there, I'm going to release my chest. I'm going to pop on any warm clothes. And we're going to begin our relaxation with the same position that we started. So we're going to come into semi-supine. We might move from there, but let's start. So we can just find out how our spine's now responding to the earth after we've shifted a little bit of fascia, a little bit of tissue, got into some of those nooks and crannies. So sliding yourself out. Remember, cast your mind back to the start of the practice. And we're just taking these gentle breaths. Breathing in through the nose. And releasing the breath out through the mouth. And this connection to our bodies is the first pillar of mindfulness. So just spend a few moments inquiring, how different does the body feel? Is the spine more connected to the earth? If you feel that you want to take the legs in Shavasana, that's absolutely fine. Any variation of this movement. And the physical body tends to send the most messages. And we know that through our nervous system. Using each exhale to deepen the relationship between the spine and the earth. And once we've paid a little bit of inquiry into the body, it kind of leads us to the breath. Because as we're inquiring into the body, we start to become very mindful of the breath. How is it flowing through the body? Is it fast or slow? Jagged or smooth? Suddenly we're aware of it. We very often use these two pillars of mindfulness to link us in to the central pillar, which is, of course, the mind. So how is your mind? Again, this is not about judgment or analysis, It's just about observation. The mind gentle and still, turbulent and distracted. We come to the mats and we practice our physical asanas, our physical postures. But we also practice this sense of, if you want to call it mindfulness, that's fine. Being in the moment. Connecting to something other than our crazy monkey minds. All those things we have to practice and train for. So if you find that your mind is constant, never slows down, please keep practicing. It's a skill. So as we come to the end of our practice tonight, allow yourself to move back into your body, back into your breath, to start to move, perhaps deepening the breath, moving the body, stretching, sighing, yawning. If you feel you need to ease back to semi-supine, to take the knees into the chest, take any of those releases, please feel free to do so. And then eventually rolling over onto your right side to slide yourself up into sitting. So as we always do at the end of our practice is just to gather the prana and just seal ourselves, just seal the practice in. So we're just going to do that, gathering the energy around us, gazing up to the thumbs, and then just sealing that practice down through the third eye. And then to the lips and the throat. And then sealing the practice into the hands. The spirit within me, bow to the spirit within you. Namaste. So well done. Let me just